of San Francisco, where he was a two-time All-American.
We want the guys that are smart, willing to work hard, have goals, and are ready to achieve them. And then we can teach you the rest. Come take.
Bill Russell passed away. What's going on? Welcome to View the Right Thing. And yo, there is now officially an NBA investigation into the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah, it seems like the Magic Man Daryl Morey might have pulled off too big of a trick with the James Harden re-sign. What's going on? Welcome to View the Right Thing. And JJ Reddick has
I've got some sad breaking news to tell you about. Bob.
What's going on, everybody? Let's see if we can get this going. There we go. What's going on, people? Welcome to View the Right Thing Live, aka the Swish. Today, I'm just excited. I can't even do the regular, the beginning, man. Like, we have been building this channel out. People have been supporting, watching the videos. Y'all got me amped up. And so, like, I had to get out there and see about y'all. So, chat. If you got a comment, if you're a long-time viewer, if you're a long-time like supporter, put something in the chat. I'll make sure to respond to you. But today, what are we going to talk about? Well, the only thing in basketball that matters right now. I got to turn the music off because Bill Russell passed, y'all. Now, I don't know. Man, it's so hard in this day and age for things to really resonate, for them to like stop you and stop you dead in your tracks. So you say, holy smokes, or whatever. But Bill Russell's death was absolutely that. It's wild. I put a stat up on the channel a little bit earlier where the NBA has only lost only five MVPs ever, right? It shows how young the league is, right? That we don't lose people, right? Losing Kobe Bryant stuck in the whole entire basketball world. We're not used to this. We're not accustomed to this. Unfortunately, NFL players tend to pass a little more regularly. And so that's something that we see and we have to process and digest. But when it comes to NBA players, man, they feel immortal. Bill Russell has looked like old Bill Russell all my life, all your life, all everyone's life. Like, so to find out that he's gone, it just threw me. Oh, man. But I got immediately to work because the only thing that you can do to a man with the kind of dignity and class and strength that Bill Russell had, the only thing that you can do is make sure that it's never forgotten. And so that's the funny thing about being a content creator right now, which is it's a two-way conversation. I'm always listening to what, people are saying, and I'm always trying to incorporate that into what I'm doing. And so you're just always listening, man. And I've heard some wild takes, some wild takes about Bill Russell, about people who are better than Bill Russell. And oh my goodness, there is nobody better than Bill Russell. And those who watch the channel, I am a dyed-in-the-wool Sixers fan. I am addicted to my team. So I am not a homer here, but when you talk about a man who's got more rings than he's got fingers, he's 10 of these plus one fingers. He's got to find a toe for his rings. And if there's anything that is starting to jump out at me about the different generations of basketball, right? It's how we interpret winning. To a certain generation of fan, winning is the only thing that matters. And if you're a person who won at the highest level, who continued to win, who demonstrated your dominance in a variety of ways, then you are the best. It's that simple. To be the best, you got to beat the best. But the new school generation is like not so fast, right? There are other considerations. What about the difficulty of the competition, right? What about your advanced metrics? These kind of deals. And I can almost tell you when a person was born by some of their basketball takes. Personally, I try to let the tape tell me what it is that I see. I try to go through the facts, the stats, and really delve into the tape. And, man, what are you going to do with Bill Russell? My favorite Bill Russell stat is that the man won 2 championships as a player coach. See, the thing about Bill Russell is he does things that not only make basketball history, he does things that make sports history. Right? When he became the first black coach, that wasn't just basketball, that was sports. Right? When he became the first guy to win a championship as a player and a coach, that was sport. That wasn't just basketball. When he was the first black man to win a championship, it's so hard, I think, sometimes for older generations to talk about who Bill Russell was, because Bill Russell truly defied logic. I mean, the man his career breaks the brain. When I study different people, some of their careers are almost unassailable. It's almost like you cannot touch them no matter what it is that you do. And then everything else is up for debate from there, because to me, there's a Hall of Fame and then there's a room in that Hall of Fame. So yeah, you can get into the hall, but can you get into that room? And then when you get into that room, can you get into the shelf in that room? And when you get into the room, it just gets crazy because of guys like Bill Russell. Because of guys like Wilt Chamberlain. Because of guys like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I grew up on Jordan. I'm a Jordan guy. I'm not saying that if Jordan had a church, I'd go. I would check out a pamphlet or something, right? I definitely check out the pamphlet, all right? But the reality is, for me to say that Michael Jordan is far and away better than anybody ever, it's just ridiculous. You have to appreciate past eras. You have to appreciate talents like Bill Russell, right? You have to. Because at the end of the day, man, it's got to be about numbers, right? Like, where are your numbers at? Because at the end of the day, everyone's going to, we're going to be done. I'm going to be done podcasting. They're going to be done playing. You're going to be done watching. And the only thing that's left is going to be the stats that we push forward to the next generation and the legends and the legacies. That's why I do the channel. That's why I make the videos that I do, because, the game just matters to me a lot. And I really want people to just get all the information, soak up all the game. Because the only thing that's going to do is make better ballers, right? So, yeah, there's that Bill Russell. Because I'm hearing takes like, Shaquille O'Neal is better than Bill Russell. And I'm like, nephew. Whew. Craziest thing about Bill Russell's stats is like, we don't have all of the numbers when it comes to like Bill Russell's block statistics. He might be the greatest defensive player ever to play the game, but all you got to know is when we did bust down the tapes, the closest average we can give you is that the man did everything that you knew him to do as far as winning is concerned, and then, oh, by the way, averaged 8 some odd blocks a game. 8. 2 high school championships. Championships in college. 11 championships in the pros. Olympic gold medal. I mean, come on. Winning. It's got to be what I'm sorry. Sometimes I find myself leaning more towards the old heads. Other times I find myself leaning towards the new jack. I always feel like I'm a little bit in between because I grew up in the Jordan era. So you grew up learning about the older cats, and you also grew up watching the Iversons and these next generation cats come up. So I got love for both. But this is one where I lean with the old heads. What are you talking about? Shaquille O'Neal is better than Bill Russell. Man, that is one take that actually made me almost lose my mind, right? Because not saying taking anything away from who Shaq Diesel is, man. Shaq was who Shaq was most of his career. And that is my point. When you talk about who Shaquille O'Neal was in the back end of his career, we understand that because of injuries, because of that big toe, because of trade situations. His back half of his career was largely forgettable. That wasn't peak Shaq walking out the door. That wasn't the dude bringing down the rims. No. That was the dude shambling down the court like the Walking Dead towards the end of his career. But in '69, in his last year, Bill Russell won a championship ring. And he coached the team. So, wow. I just think that at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you've got to give that man his respect. Give Bill Russell his respect. Give him his respect, man. You can move a center or two on your list, right? Because it gets tricky. I'm in the tape all the time, so I know, man, it's hard to really get the tape to see these guys and really compare them. But come on, dude, your favorite dude ain't Wilt. He ain't Bill. Man, he ain't Shaq unless you're Shaq. You know what I mean? Show some respect. All right, so the next thing that I said that I wanted to touch on, because sometimes I put a video out and I am pretty sure that it's going to be popular. Other times, some videos just come out of nowhere and they surprise me. And one of the ones that has surprised me, that y'all have surprised me with, is JJ Reddick. JJ Reddick and Jerry West. Yo! JJ Reddick opened up his mouth at the logo. Opened up his mouth at Bob Cousy. And like I said, the video was maybe he thought Cousy wasn't with us anymore, but Cousy is here and he can use the phone. So Cousy calls in to the radio station. He sends shots at JJ. Months later, Jerry West comes in, backs him up. And I'm like, dude, I gotta cover this because to me, it's a lot of the slander and a lot of the comments that we've got on this video key up on one major point. And that point is, why do we think that modern athletes are so physically better than past ones? It's just not the truth. We have seen time and time again in study after study. In fact, I mentioned a TED Talk in my video. One of the listeners was like, yo, man, you didn't put the link. Where the link at? But as usual, viewers save me from myself. So whoever you are, salute. Thank you. But hey, we've seen the science here, people. It's just not the case. If you could put modern athletes, whenever you put modern athletes and you have them using older tech, right, their performance drops off the cliff, dude. The cliff. So that was the one point that everybody was like up in arms over. The other one that seemed to jump out is when people say, oh, these old players couldn't do modern moves. Now, that one I have to like rise up against because oftentimes when we're talking about a lot of these new moves, you know, they're not really new. No one's like discovering fire, right? What's really happening is people are finding moves that somebody already developed, or, you know, some baller from another state or another country put somebody onto something or something you don't know about. Great example is like, you know, we've been seeing step back jumpers forever in the league. I'm talking about, I can show you, since the jump shot, I can show you some tape, right, of like step back three. You know, what would be the step back three, right? But it fell out of favor. And then you have cats like the professor who put it back on, and then you have Harden who grabs it, and then it takes off again, and now all of a sudden people go, yo, this brand new move, the step back, and it's like, I don't know. No, that is not true. Man, when I watch old tape of Jerry West, there's nothing that man couldn't do. Nothing he couldn't do on the court. When I watch Bob Cousy, Cousy dribbles so good, I got to check the tent on the video. Like, Cousy was that dude. And, like, wizardry, a technician with the ball, able to put it anywhere that he wanted to, able to do it with flourish or just straight up, right? White chocolate before there was white chocolate, right? Like, nah. I have to say that when I look at the tape, oftentimes I am seeing players who have the physical capabilities of things that we're seeing today. And so to just dismiss these guys as plumbers and firefighters is ridiculous. Which is also, by the way, a ridiculous point. I don't hear this enough. But okay, so let's talk about it. He only played against firefighters and fire plumbers. Okay, maybe he did. Let's say they were firefighters and plumbers, but first and foremost, why does being a part-time basketball player invalidate you from being a baller? To be clear, we have professional female ballers today who are part-time players, professional European players who are part-time players, but who could give you the business if they lace them up. Right? I think it's wild that and I don't know what it really says about us as whatever, but, you know, guys who work part-time, they do basketball, and then they do physical work, which sort of makes sense because basketball's a physical job. But we trash those guys, but dudes who do basketball and then do part-time work as like podcasters or bloggers, things that take them away from a court, take them away from the gym, take them away from the training facilities, right? Like, those guys are a superior form of athlete, right? I need to see these dudes do all their moves in Chuck Taylors. Let me see. I need to know, right? Like what Trae Young's like torque is in a pair of Chuck Stars, you know? The reality is, and I'm not a dude who like, you know, trashes either era. I just think it's all ball, man. I love ball, right? If you got the best ball, I'm gonna watch that. But the reality is, there is no reason to dismiss and to relegate previous ballers to the dustbin when in reality, this is a super young league, and those ballers built that from there to where it is now in just the short time that it is. Right now, the league is popping out billionaires, man. So, and by the way, that's one of the next videos we'll be dropping, talking about the billionaire generation of ballers, because there's about to be a lot of them. But, you know, can't give you everything now, right? Gotta give you something like watch a video or something. But, yeah, where was I? You guys will find when I'm not on the script, I can be a little bit scattered. All right? That's why I write the scripts. But yeah, JJ, what are you do? Also, another point that a lot of people brought up, JJ, you wasn't like you was out there scoring like 20 points a game. It was, as a Sixers fan, man, I would have loved to see a little bit of defense. Right? Oh, man, but I can't. Look, when JJ played for the Sixers, man, all was forgiven. All was forgiven. All right? That man played, he played flat out for that, full out for that city. And I respected his run there. But that doesn't give you the license to just shoot off at your mouth willy-nilly. But I get it now because, like, you're media, man. You're not a baller no more. Welcome. You got headsets on. You know, welcome. So you got to say a thing, right? But pick your targets, man. Pick your targets. Because out of the whole pantheon of stars, it can't be Jerry West that you're going at. It can't be Kuzi because I don't know if you got the cachet. So another video that we did that I did not know that it was going to be any kind of successful whatever is tampering. My Sixers tampering? Yo, you got to forgive me because this tampering thing is just so played. It's so corny. I don't even know what to say, Adam Silver. You make a rule that's unenforceable. Everybody breaks it. Everybody, and the reason that they break it is because they're incentivized to break it. If you are not tampering or putting your nose right to the glass as a GM in the league, you're 3 steps behind everybody else. In a league where deals are being done between text messages and stars, if you're a half step late, you don't get the star. And if you don't get the star, oh, sorry, I hit that thing. If you don't get the star, then you lose your job. Then you don't get the wins. Then you don't get the ring. Then you don't get the championship. So, yes, the Knicks. I'm tampering. What you mean? Brunson's dad works for the team, and like, come on. Like, I just think we need to have some, just to be real, right? If we're gonna be in a universe where the stars can just basically dictate where they want to go, when they want to go, how they want to go there, then it makes no sense for you to slap on the wrist every 14th team, every 15th team that you think might suggest it. But that being said, on the other hand, the Sixers didn't do themselves any favors, right? They did this in public. Like, I can show you articles from last year where people sort of foresaw a thing like this coming. Just nobody thought that Daryl Morey could do it. And on the infinitesimal chance that Daryl Morey ever sees my podcast, hey, Daryl, I knew you was going to do it the whole time. It's like jazz, man. You're just going to do it, right? But the rest of the league didn't. And now they're like, oh, wow, those Sixers, they got Daniel House. They got P.J. Tucker. They might be a problem. And yes, I think my Sixers are a problem, y'all. Absolutely. But that being said, look, the tampering, it's childish, it's immature, and most of all, it's unenforceable. So why even, right? Why even try to tell yourself that's the way to go? So let's see what we got here. There was one more I want to talk about. Yeah, man. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler new hair. Jimmy Butler new hair, y'all. Jimmy Butler new hair. Hey, man, I'm never going to hate on somebody for doing they look, man. Do what you do. But if you leave on Wednesday with a fade and you come back with locks down to your ankles the next day, then everybody's gonna notice it. All right, everybody, you can go like inch to inch, right? You went full Yaki, right? My man went like he went from 0 to new member of the Migos, right? And personally, I think the rest of the league is, definitely gonna figure that one out. So, oh yeah, look, man, look at my man's. You better get him, Jim. You better get him, Jim. Also, I feel like this is so like tangentially a Sixers podcast, and I didn't mean it to be because he's an ex-Sixer too. But like I said in the video, the real place that I land on this one is I compare and contrast this to the NFL, where players don't feel free to be themselves, to say what they want to say, to express their beliefs. And the one thing that I can say for sure is, man, Jimmy Butler is doing just that. The NBA provides space and environment for cats to go full out. Style has always been a part of what we consider the NBA to be about. If you talk about Dr. J, right after the dunks, the next thing you're going to say is, man, that dude was smooth. It is inextricably linked, right, to basketball. Style matters. And to allow your players the space to come out there and get their Milli Vanilli on, you got to love that. You can't hate that. I mean, look, what other league gives you Marcus Smart the Leprechaun non-ironically and mean it? What other league gives you Dennis Rodman, Birdman, right? What other league? Right, or rather, when the other leagues do it, they copy. They'll probably get there late. But yeah, there's Bird. That was my dude growing up, man. Just on hair alone. I didn't even know when I was a kid. I didn't know he could ball or not. I just respect. Alfred. Oh, we got. For everybody who has issue with Jimmy Butler's hair, I would like to draw your attention to a man who's went a little further. I feel like I'm looking at about 3 different hairstyles right now. Now, in fairness to Peyton, he has corrected this mistake. But this is the type of mistake that lives on in history. It ain't going nowhere. So yeah, I think I'll just leave this right here this way. Say, hey, maybe we can give Jimmy Butler a little more space, y'all. Right? Let that man be, because he ain't throwing down that. I can't tell you how much fun I have making some of these videos, because you remember everything. It brings you back to things. You're finding things, right? And I had Nope, not today, devil. Nope. Yep. I just noped out of that one. Like, I'm thinking about doing a D-Rod video, and man, that's a tough one. Because depending on when you put the spotlight on his career, it's a whole video. Like, 3-4 year stretch? Whole different video. If you do a video on the retirement of Dennis Rodman, that video, whole different video. What he's been up to since lately or whatever. But, hey, shout out Jimmy Butler. Do your thing. Last year, a couple years ago, it was ninja bands. This year, it's extension bands. And next year, it'll be another, I'm sure, band type surface. So, keep doing your thing. That's really all I had today. Like, I put up the post to say, starting the new show. When do you guys want it? Y'all were like, hey, we want it at night. And I was like, well, why not do the first one right now? See what's popping. So I just really wanted to say thank you for everybody who rocks with the show. We got a lot of more exciting things coming up, a lot more exciting videos, a lot of exciting things coming down. So for the ones who've built with me from day one, man, stay tuned, because we are not stopping, and things are about to get fun. So that was the inaugural episode of the Swish. What do you think about the name? Leave it in the comments. What do you think about the show? Leave it in the comments. Right? What do you think about the shirt? Leave it in the comments, but be nice. I'm sensitive. Either or. It's always a conversation between me and y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what I mean? Just put a big thank you. I don't want to put no last names out there because I ain't putting nobody out there. But some day one fans who've always encouraged us. Anthony, Stanley, thank you. And we're going to keep rocking, y'all. So, as always, thanks for watching View the Right Thing. If you dig the vibe, hit the subscribe to join the tribe. Peace.